I'm not sure if I agree with that, but that's a matter of perspective. See, each individual who was ever born was born without intent, not honorable nor dishonorable intent. All right, I'm going to try to stay in the good internet range here. So, we get a lot of comparisons to women. If you call the cops, that's a woman thing to do, apparently. That's what we teach. It's sexist as all hell. And it's a horrible bias, but we've got so many people that live by those biases. And of course, anybody who's not a woman that would call the cops or ask a friend for help, well, they're just not being manly. They just need to man up. They just need to work harder. They just need to try harder. They just need to love themselves. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. And everyone's too busy. When the man ends up dead, people play stupid. The difference between that man at the feed the other day getting beaten to death, or at least beaten up, and the outcome that we were lucky enough to get was a matter of people who were there in person, the actual first responders. Myself and that young lady who was sitting down. We were the first responders. And she did a great job of maintaining a positive working environment. How did she do that? She made herself smaller by sitting down when she spoke, to put him at ease and make him so that he's not afraid that she's going to hurt him as she's telling him what he's doing wrong. Yes, she is taking an aggressive stance in her words, but her actions show that she's not trying to harm him. She's not trying to threaten or harass or intimidate him. Body language is important, especially with police. When it comes to these special groups that we extend these bias to, we say it's wrong to play victim, right? Women can do it. We'll just believe them because they're women. And if there is evidence to the contrary, well, we just won't look at it. It's fine. We won't look, we won't speak up, we'll make any excuse. Any excuse will do. Like people saying, I can't turn it in, I'm out of state. Well, I can prove to you in my paperwork that people were able to slander me from out of state and deny me the right to even show up in court. With just slander, no evidence, just slander. I want you to put that in perspective. I was not allowed to go to court or defend myself against Natalie Bollinger. I was never allowed. The same thing with Rochelle Shelley Campbell and Alicia Bollinger. No matter what, my predators worked together to make sure no matter what, I would never be allowed to show the truth. I still have a whole vehicle full of the truth. But as time goes on, well, you guys pretend this shit isn't happening to me. And you look the other way, and you believe if you don't look, then it makes it fine. You want to pretend that what you're going through is worse than what everybody else in the world is going through. But then, your excuse, you always want help. You always want help. But then when it comes to other people needing help, it's, oh, well, there's always somebody out there who's got it worse than you. You are showing your intent right there. You are showing right there that you don't care. That is literally what that says. A lot of people say, oh, Sean, well, this, and this, but it doesn't mean I don't care. No, actually it does. If a friend reaches out to you for help and is being abused, and there is something that you can do to stop that abuse, but you won't even hear it. You're too busy saying, I don't know nothing, I don't know nothing, I don't know nothing. Or you just need to man up, or you need to take care of it yourself. I'm disabled when it suits you. I'm a man only when it suits you. I'm intelligent only when it suits you. And you juggle them all. They're all interchangeable for you. No matter what, you've got some excuse. No matter what, there is always some excuse. There's a lot of people that I jumped through fucking hell for them. After people that I loved very much were fucking killed. Let me tell you about Desiree. Desiree is friends with Natalie Bollinger's mom. They used to be drinking buddies. Even with everything that I was going through over Natalie Bollinger, I still fucking rescued her. I did my goddamn best. Let me tell you, less than 2 weeks after Natalie disappeared, less than a week after Natalie Bollinger disappeared, I was able to go talk to a guy who goes by Ogre. His real name is Christopher Weaver. And I was able to talk to him and find out some information from Andy Singer. You're goddamn right, I tracked his ass down. Christopher Weaver used to be a friend of mine. For 3 whole months, I gave up my entire life for him. He was going to pay me. And his baby mama, Cardboard, a.k.a. Alexi Delgado, she was going to pay me too. Neither one of them paid. They put me through hell because of their fucking squabbles. Christopher Weaver is another one of them men with battered women syndrome. Every time he'd get fucking hit, he's like, oh, it's okay, it's alright, I can handle it. Dude, I'm a Viking, bro. Alright, Ogre. Now, we've got a lot of groups out here that are going through hell. We are the victims of those who are organized. Who is organized? Well, to start with, we've got the KKK. They are organized. If somebody in the KKK does not like you, would you put it past them for 20 of them to just repeatedly fuck with you everywhere you go? Or call the cops everywhere you go and pretend you did something you didn't? Oh, if we get enough people that fucking make false charges, they'll eventually... And yeah, they do. They absolutely do. It happens every fucking day. Are they the only ones who do that? No, the cops do it more than anybody. The police do this more than anybody. The blue line of bullshit is no fucking joke. But who is this commonly associated with? Who do we point this out with in our society? Women. We point out that we taught women to do this, and it's acceptable for women, but it's not acceptable for men, unless they're organized like the KKK or law enforcement, or they have a vested interest, not only a self-interest, but also a group interest. And they're not always what you think. And an oath doesn't do shit. How many people have sworn to God, to your face, and been completely full of shit? How many swore on their mama's grave and their mama ain't even dead? We've got all these groups that, of course, we're going to let women do horrible things. We are expected to. We are taught as a society. We are taught as men. We are to take the abuse. That we are to protect a woman and assume that she is telling the truth. that we are to get violent when she tells us those things. This is what our society teaches us. So when you go spreading false accusations and rumors, you are literally intentionally attempting to murder somebody. If you make those kind of false accusations, you should be charged with attempted murder, attempted manslaughter in the least. Now, if a man can prove that they're false charges, absolutely that's what should happen. And that's in addition to the original charge. I believe that if you falsely accuse a man of assaulting you, then you should go to jail for assault. If it's felonious, you should go to prison. You should be given the same, that's right, equal treatment to a man, equal sentence. That means it would take a woman's sexual offense average of 8 months. That's right, a woman serves an average of 8 months incarcerated for a sex offense. She has to get pregnant in order for it to become felonious enough to get years in most cases. With a man, watching porn on a computer at school can get him put in prison for years. See, here's what lowers the sex offense numbers. When you guys are all up in arms about how the average for sex offenders has dropped so dramatically, do you know why that is? It's because now we're not a society, an entire society that wants to pretend that no woman would ever. Because of motherhood. Really? Like Christine Bouhit would never abandon her son for drugs because motherhood? That motherhood? How about the motherhood that had Rose M. Kelly doing the same thing? That motherhood? You mean the motherhood in the bottom of a bottle? Another black eye from a beating? That motherhood? Going back again and again and again? That motherhood? So, if a man goes to any of these things that are specifically for women, of course, police are supposed to be apparently just for women. Going to our friends for help when we are being bullied is apparently just for women. Asking the bully to stop is apparently just for women. This is what we teach. This is our bias. You say one thing, but yet this is the actions that we are seeing. You guys want to throw words at me where the actions don't match up. You want to throw words at me saying shit ain't illegal. If I do it, it's fucking illegal, ain't it? If someone pretends that I would do it, then I can get locked up and have been locked up because people pretended that I would do things. Pretended. Zero fucking evidence. And they had to make it a court date where I couldn't show up, wasn't allowed, wasn't even fucking informed. With Natalie Bollinger, I wasn't informed I had a fucking court date. That's the most fucked up thing. Like here I was getting served papers. I'm like, holy fuck, I have been trying to get this shit to fucking court for almost a year now. I mean, at that point, it was pretty fucking serious. I'm like, I've been trying to get this shit to court for, well, it was almost a year, because I didn't start off trying to get it to court. I tried to get somebody to just fucking mediate between us. Go to your friends. All right, well, Joanna Taylor Smith is a mutual friend of mine and Maddie Boas. Maddie Boa is the one who's spreading all the rumors according to all these folks. She's the one who's saying these horrible, terrible, rotten things about me around Boulder, Colorado that people are assaulting me over. Meanwhile, the two people that I was supposed to have done it to never said anything of that sort. Neither Natalie or Alicia ever made those claims. And Alicia Bollinger is still alive to this day. She can be asked. She can be asked. You can say, Alicia Bollinger, There are people who have been threatening to kill Sean and his family since October of 2016, claiming that Sean Schwartz molested you and your sister. Is that true? These people hate mongering on me, harassing me not just on the internet, but also in person. The other thing is, with those two gentlemen over there that were text messaging on my channel, that's right, while that stuff was going on with Molly, Luke, according to, well, it's recorded on this channel, him saying it, isn't it? Saying he was using 2 different accounts on YouTube to message me. He was also saying, look out for the people in the trucks, literally the trucks that he was in, typing that I should run, because those people in the trucks have guns. And come to find out, they were literally in the same parking lot, like I had said. Now imagine if they weren't just fucking around with me, because some of these people are dead fucking serious. It's no joke. Any one of my predators who gets on here and harasses me on my YouTube, any one of these people, you say they're just on the, no, they do not exist in the fucking internet. These human beings don't have apartments in the fucking internet, people. Reside in the internet. They physically reside in the real world. When you want to talk about people who are fucking schizophrenic and goddamn delusional, that'd be the goddamn cops. Can't do nothing about the internet. You can do something about fucking threats, harassment, stalking, and fucking assaults. You fucking dumb cunts. Now in this area, do I expect the KKK motherfuckers wearing badges to do jack fucking goddamn shit? No, I do not. I'm just hoping somebody gets a hold of this and exposes the shit out of it. Like the situation with the missing women of Hardin, Montana. Somebody saw that video and they fucking exposed the shit out of it. And now people are up there actually doing something and actually speaking about the epicenter for missing Native American women. Thank goodness. You know, I tried telling on Waylon Lolotai and nobody wanted to fucking listen. I reported on that first. And finally, somebody fucking did something. Somebody picked up that fucking situation and did something about it. But who spoke up first? That's right, it's me. How about Clearview? Who spoke up? Me. Finally, somebody did something about it. But who was the first one to speak up? And what did you do to me for speaking up? How did you treat me for speaking up? I told you what they were doing at Clearview. And you pretended I was schizophrenic and delusional for saying it. And then Clearview became the very first behavioral health unit in the state of Colorado to ever be shut down by the state. And what were they shut down for? Literally the things that I told you they did to me. You give all these people a free pass. A police officer can play fucking victim, you'll give it to him for free. Somebody's allergic to a shitty cologne and sneezes, oh, assault with a deadly weapon. It's fucking sickening. See, here's the thing about these hate groups. Yes, we have trained women in the United States to be hate groups. If you don't get what you want, sure, you run around talking about how you hate women. That's horrible. Women run around talking about how they hate women. Women running around saying women are crazy. They won't have women friends because women are crazier than men. Saying that they won't have women friends because women are more violent than men. Oh, I've seen that hair pulling plenty of times. There's a lot of women who verify this shit because they've lived through it, they've seen it, they've had abusive mothers and meek fathers. But we get to see that you hand a police officer a badge and a gun, and you hand them the rights that you have handed over through bias to women, that women cannot be the perpetrators. You complain about how sex offenders should get longer sentences. Meanwhile, you're not paying attention to the sex offenders who are getting the lighter sentences. Those are women, folks. It's women getting lighter sentences. It's 31-year-old teachers having sex with 13-year-old and 12-year-old boys who are getting 8 to 12 months on average. You know how screwed up that is? An 8-month average. But it's 8 to 12 months because there are actually heinous crimes that are committed, and sometimes those women get a longer sentence. But those are so few and far between. Now we're getting to see that the sheer quantity of women in teaching who are sexual predators outweighs men by a ratio of over 10 to 1. That is insane, and we're talking about a much bigger difference. We're talking about a difference between a principal or administrator looking at porn after hours and a woman who is actually having sex with an underage student. Wow. Congratulations, America. You've shown yourself to be biased. Now, how many hate groups do we give the rights that we are taught to give women through this bias, through our education or miseducation? We're learning that women are more likely to be the predators as far as physical offenses go. They're more likely to initiate it. Here's something that a lot of women that I know were taught. They're taught that as a woman, you get one free shot. As a woman, you are allowed to punch a man once for free, but don't get carried away. As a man, you are taught it's never okay to hit a woman. No matter what, 100% of the time, it is wrong to hit a woman. Well, I tell you what, you see her trying to drown a baby, you better fucking do something. If she's a 300-pound mama and she's trying to drown a baby, you better do something. But you're just gonna watch? Hell, there are situations. If I saw Desiree trying to drown a baby, here's my recommendation for all of you. If Desiree was trying to drown a child, and she wouldn't, all right, this is an imaginary scenario. She's not going to drown a child, all right? So don't try to hurt her as if she might, because she's not like that. But if she were, yeah, I wouldn't tell you to go hit her. I would tell you to pick up a fucking stick or a fucking rock. She is not only fucking crazy, she is fucking way strong when she's flipping shit. When she's drunk or on meth, oh my God, you better really look out then. Now, who is it that we give free rein to do things like this? We give free rein to BLM. We give free rein to law enforcement. Equality means equal. A lot of people were being so incredibly insane about the things that they were saying, so far off in fucking la-la land. It's like, you know what? I'll blame them for the things I'm getting blamed for. We'll see how they like it. Let's see how they react. Ooh. Goddamn. Somebody can't take their own advice. All these people telling me, oh, life's not fair. Life's not fair. I tell Scott DaCosta, hey, It's your fault Natalie's dead. He said, that's not fair. You're right, Scott DaCosta. It's not fair. That is exactly the point, and you were recorded on my YouTube channel saying that, dummy. Equal rights? Oh no. So you guys got to hear at least, I want to say I have 4, 5, 6 people, I believe, recorded actually on my YouTube channel, live in public for everyone to hear. And I believe I have at least 3 that are not live in public for everyone to hear. So let's see how life goes. Holy shit, I know who that is. That's Dallas. Alright, so I'm going to go say hello to him. I am going to apologize for not recording live. Now, as far as the KKK presence here, we got lots of people here who are not schizophrenic, who are definitely declaring that they are well aware. More black folks here too. There ain't nearly as many black folks in Chapel, Nebraska. All right. Well, you know how we end these videos. We got to do something to stop this racism, though. We got to do something to stop this sexism. And those of you who want to play just one side, ain't none of this one-sided. None of it. We got 2 sides to this fucking war. Women are allowed to organize, men are not. Unless they're law enforcement or the KKK. This do matter. White lives do matter. Women's lives do matter. Men's lives do matter. Human lives matter. And then you're victimizing them when they speak up. BLM is trying to sell the narrative that they're the most victimized people in the country, blah, 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 bullshit. Bullshit. The homeless and the disabled, you dumb cunts. Your narrative is getting my people killed. Stop telling me to go to the back of the bus, you racist fuck. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper, and no victim left behind.